Hey folks, Crazy Cajun here. Today I'm going to be making a little dish that's called corn maque choux. Say it, corn maque choux. And it's just going to be a simple, quick dish, and we're going to make ours over rice. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a couple of corn on the cobs, I'm going to boil them down, and then we'll cut the corn off the cob. And if it's not, I got another little bag of frozen corn if I need more, but I doubt it. Hopefully this will be enough. We're gonna fire it up a little bit with some New Orleans style andouille sausage, these little Johnsonville ones. I'll probably use maybe half a can of this rotel. And of course we got onion, celery, a couple cloves of garlic, a half a bell pepper. I'm not going to use all this rice. This is a 3-pound bag. We're only going to use about 1 pound bag, 1 pound of this rice, because we're going to go ahead and serve the corn maque choux over the rice. And a few little spices, paprika, parsley flakes, garlic powder, and onion powder. So we're going to make this simple little dish, and some people make it and they just eat it like that. We like to have it on rice. My family are a bunch of rice heads. They just like rice. Anyway, let's get this going. Okay, now that the corn on the cob has boiled up, I just have it over here draining and cooling because it needs to be cool to handle it, to be able to cut all those kernels off. But in the meantime, I'm going to start frying up the Johnsonville, New Orleans andouille. And if you see how I cut it, I call this a half of a nickel because I cut the length and then I cut it in half again. So you can cut it how you want. You can dice it. I'm going to fry this up first, and then I've already diced up my seasoning. That'll be next once the sausage gets where I want it, like a good crispy brown outside. And then we'll go with some of the rotel, and we'll just do it in stages because you don't want to just lump everything together. You want to do it in stages and you'll get a better flavor that way. Come see, I've been sauteing the sausage where it's good and crispy in a little avocado oil on a number 4. I'm going to add just a little bit of chicken broth and let that kind of do its thing and get those juices that are stuck on the bottom of the pan unstuck, and let this cook down a little bit. And then I'm going to add the diced seasonings. Have the rice nice and fluffy, cooked and set aside. Cooked it in my handy dandy rice cooker here. And so now I'll be adding in the diced seasoning as soon as this chicken broth cooks down some. So if you come see, I had my husband cut it off the cob. Look at that. That's good, fresh kernels. And we're going to go ahead and get that added in over here. See how the seasoning been cooking, and then the half can of diced tomatoes. Look how good and yummy. So let's see if this is going to be enough corn, or if we're going to have to add more. This might be enough. He was like, oh yeah, that's plenty corn. That's plenty. That'll be enough. And I was like, I don't know. But he might be right. Can't tell him he was right. Shh. I'm going to break that up too like that. Let's see. I think it might be a good proportioned amount. That's 4 ears of corn. Yeah, that looks like a good portioned amount. So now that that's mixed up really good, we'll add a little of, I like the Spanish style paprika. It's a little smoky flavor. Oh my gosh, this is going to be so good. Let me get this put in. And put a little parsley. You can zoom on in and look at all those colors, how good. A little garlic powder. And not too much, but a little onion powder. And what we want to do, I have reserved the other half of the rotel, just in case I need some of the juices. What we want to do is let this stay cooking on a number 4. Get that mixed in good. And I'm going to put the top on it. And I'm actually going to seal the top. because I want the corn to get even more tender and all them juices to blend and all them spicy flavors to marry. Because this is not just regular corn maque choux, but this is a spiced up, can you taste it? Spicy corn maque choux. I know I went overboard, but it's spicy corn maque choux. And I'll show you that finished dish here in a little bit. Okay, so it's making some juices, as you can see, as it's cooking down. But I think I'm gonna speed up the process, help it along, and give it a little more flavors. Who doesn't like butter? Because butter is like bacon. Everything's better with butter or bacon. So we're gonna put, I think, 2 tablespoons of butter and a little bit of this chicken broth. Just kind of like that. I think that should be enough. Some people will go ahead and put a half and half and stuff like that. I haven't had it like that, so I'm not. I just want a good savory maque choux. And get this butters melted. Oh yeah, that's gonna look good. And another option besides the rotel, you could do just stewed tomatoes. I didn't have any stewed tomatoes, but I had the rotel in. Why not? So this is just about ready. I think I'm gonna let it cook in about 10 minutes. Then we're gonna serve us up some rice. So I think it's ready. We know the rice was ready. Let me get this glove on. I don't want to burn my hand. And let's see. Can you see and hear the sizzle? And look at those flavors. So I'm just gonna, I turned it off and serve just a little rice. I just want to try a little bit. And I'm not gonna be able to taste it right now because it's hot, like really hot, but we'll just kind of see what that looks like. Oh, I guess I can. I guess I can taste it. Got no one else to taste it right now, so I guess come on in. I'll be blowing on this. We'll see. Oh, let's see. Let's see. Might need a more tomato juice. I don't know. We'll go for it. Let's try it. I'll make sure it gets a little bit of everything. Little rotel, little andouille, little corn. That's good flavor. No salt, no Tony's. It's got the salt from the chicken broth. I don't like a lot of salt. And even the andouille is the sodium in it. And the rotel. So it's got enough flavors. It's spiced enough, not too spicy. That is good. That is so good. I hope you try this dish. I think you'll be pleased. And as always, more to come. See you soon.